JBT Boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad, on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry, 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts? Gifts on top of gifts. Send that money, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1. Now, what you see is the other prizes now? We linked up with Kenichi Bear. Noise canceling headphones from the young brother straight from Baltimore, Maryland. So, if you want an addition to your $10, you get a secondary prize if you don't win the first prize. And then, don't forget, we got more. Don't win the first prize, don't win the second prize. Who don't need an air fryer? We giving away a Ninja air fryer. Get your food right, eat healthy, get right. All on the JBT. $10 once again. I get you all of this. Your chance is golden. You got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, you don't get no prize. $10, JBT Network 1. Good luck. It's on you.
What's going on? What's going on? Back with another episode of BVO Boxing with your boy D Free and Prizefighter. What's going on with your prize?
Man, I'm cooling, man. I'm getting some work done outside of my house right now. So forgive me if you hear some loud noises, and I'll jump on the cam in a minute once we get in the show. But I gotta monitor these. It's your house.
It's all good. What's going on, Ace? What's going on, Josh?
Salute, Josh, my dude.
Make sure y'all hit the like button and share the video. Let everybody know we live. But we got some news in the sport of boxing.
Yeah,
going down today. It looked like Jerome Ennis had his purse bid for Carrington, and Eddie Hearn lost.
He lost.
Eddie Hearn bid it 1.5, and he got outbidded by $2 million.
No, I thought it was 250,000.
No, he got outbidded by. I mean, he got outbidded. The other bid that won the prize, that won the purse.
Karen's people won it, right?
Yeah, his promotional company won it. They bid it $2 million, roughly $2 million. It was $2 million and some change. Eddie Hearn bid $1,566,666. And he got outbidded. They bid it $2 million and some change. I forgot the exact number that they bid, but it was less than 2.1, but it was more than $2 million exactly.
What is going on with the sport of boxing, bro? Yeah,
now,
Josh.
Now, with that purse bid that just went down, Jerome Ennis has 15 days to sign for that purse bid, or he'll be stripped and he will be removed from the rankings for 6 months.
Damn.
Now he could either accept the purse and fight Karen, and the purse split for him being the champion and Karen being the mandatory. Jerome Ennis gets 65% and Karen gets 35%, and that means Jerome Ennis get 1.3, and Karen gets roughly 700,000. Or he can let the IBF know that he planned on going to 54, and he want to petition to fight the champion at 54, whoever the winner is between Tim Zulu and the IBF champion at
Josh tripping.
He
take care of what his rematch. Karen won his rematch. Yo,
Now,
I don't want to see this free. If like I don't, this is what I was afraid of when Jerron went with Eddie. This kind of stuff. If he was smart, he'd do like the homie Jai saying, just vacate that joint. If he wants to even stay at welterweight, be like, listen, either step aside money or vacate and move on and try to go after, another opponent to stay busy and try to get a title fight out, or just move up to 54 already. Like they're doing. See, I don't want him to be looking like Andrade over there, like BVO told me on the phone. Like that was a good point that BVO made. He was like, your man gonna be over there like Andrade. I was like, damn, don't say that, dog. Like, no, because I don't think how many fights he signed for free.
I don't know how many
Is
fights.
it 3 or 4?
I don't know.
Somebody type in the chat.
But
But
the thing is,
man,
he can't pay step aside because he has nobody lined up to fight. You only pay step aside when you got another fight lined up
damn.
with another champion.
Well, he better line something up. Eddie better figure something. They got 15 days to put him in there with Conor Ben or something. Like you got to do something.
Even Conor Ben, he can't pay step aside for Conor Ben.
All right, well, drop the belt and give him Conor Ben then. Just give him somebody. He needs some food. This dog needs food.
If he drops
Eddie,
the belt,
man, like
if he drops the belt, he gets removed from the rankings. He's not ranked for 6 months.
Screw the IBF then. Go into the other title fights. And no matter who he fights, is a big fight.
No, it's not.
If he fights Barrios for the belt, that'll be a big fight. Everybody will tune in.
They're not gonna fight him for no belt. They might fight him for a unification, but if he ain't got no belt, they're like, I don't need to fight you. You're not my mandatory. I don't need to fight you.
Damn, man. This is crazy, man.
I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the situation, that it was better for Boots, and now hindsight 2020, it was better for Boots or for Eddie to give Brian the extra 500,000, because Jerron would have made. I mean, I've heard people say he could make anywhere from $5 to $6 million. I'm not even going to go that high. I'm just going to say he would have made what he made on his last fight as the minimum. His last fight, he got 3.3.
What's not true, Shelton Moore? What's not true? What I said?
He would have got 3.3. Now with him getting 3.3 and he's getting 1.3 right now. He's taking a $2 million hit. He's losing $2 million.
Get out of here, BBO.
So what's going on, Big Dre? Hold on one second.
What's going on, fellas?
So he's losing $2 million by taking this fight, and not to mention the bigger part of this whole situation. Not only is he losing $2 million.
Who got the siren in the background?
Oh, that's Big Dre. Hold on.
Dre, mute your mic real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah. Not only is he losing $2 million, but now he has to fight Kern in Germany. He has to fight in Germany. It's not going to be in Philly because Eddie Hearn didn't win the purse bid. Kern's people won the purse bid. So
that make them the A side?
They are the promoter that's putting the fight on. They can put it on wherever they want. Boots still get the lion's share of the money, but they could put it on wherever they want. They're the promoter for that fight. They could put it on wherever they want to put it at. Eddie Hearn had that deal for Philly. They didn't have no deal for Philly. Philly don't know nothing about them.
Well, if I'm Jerron in this, I'm not going to no damn Germany to fight as no B-side for no IBF title. I'm F that. I'm Jerron.
He's not fighting as a B-side. He's not fighting as a B-side. He's fighting as
he's fighting in Germany. That sounds pretty B-ish to me. Do you think he want to go over there?
It doesn't matter where he wants to go. It matters if he wants to keep his belt or not. That's what matters.
Well, if I'm Jerron in this, I'm going to 54. I'll try to get Madrimov in there and see what he want to do. He look like he about that kind of smoke. I'll see what's up with him. And I'll be like, man, I'm not finna go to no Germany to beat some bull that I beat very easily because I got hit a couple times and I looked a little wild because I was trying to go for a knockout. man, come on, man. Nobody gonna want to see that. It's not worth his time. Boots, don't go over there no damn Germany. Matter of fact, I know Boozy and them not finna do that. They not about to do that. They not. They not going. That is something gonna happen. They're not doing that. Let them have that belt then, Boots. Your Boots in this. You don't need no IBF. It's not bigger than Boots in this.
He do need the IBF if he wants
Man,
to.
he don't need no IBF, nothing. He's Jerron Boots.
He needs the IBF if he wants to be undisputed. If he doesn't
All
want
right,
to be,
well, then that plan is scrapped. Moving on to the next.
If he doesn't want to be undisputed, then there's no point of him being at 47. Because the bigger fights are at 54, not 47.
John's bugging it. But nah, he ain't Karen want his get back. Man, shout out to Karen. He want his get back. But come on, dog. Like I understand what you're trying to do. It's a good payday for you and your family. Like the homie D Free just said, them numbers sound good to me. What did you say, 700,000?
Yeah, he gonna get roughly around 700,000.
All right, well, that's good money to split up. You could probably walk with like 3 or 4 of that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, Lick. I get it. But come on, dog. They not doing that, bro. Do you see Boots Ennis going to Germany to fight some guy he smoked?
I mean,
like
I said, it all depends on.
You got your background, all right?
It all depends on his title or not. But Dre, what you got on this, Big Dre?
I still got sirens in the background, but
all right, God damn.
I'm gonna blame
Big Dre. Where you at? Are you in the trap? You out there trapping, Big Dre? Come on, man, come home, brother. Go ahead, Big Dre.
I blame Eddie. Eddie fucked this up royally. Listening to Norman Sr. the last week and a half, it sounds like he said, "This is what I want, and let's make it happen." And Eddie said, well, can we do it for this? No. This is what I want. Well, can we do it for this? No. This is what I want. You give me this, and we can make it happen. I got to go into enemy territory. I got to go to Philadelphia, Boots' hometown. I got to fight in the Wells Fargo Center where he was not 2 months ago. They just sold 15,000 seats in that building. 15,000 seats in the Wells Fargo Center. Okay? And now he coming back for, a unification? Listen, I know that Eddie got all the numbers. Because Eddie put on the fight in July, he got all the numbers. He know what that fight made. But, if he was looking at it the right way, I think he could have went ahead and paid it $2 million. Made the fight happen because one, they both knew about the fight on Keyshawn's undercard. Both sides knew about the purse bid looming, so they knew that they had a deadline and they had to get it done. And I think Eddie just pussyfooted and didn't do it. That's my opinion. I can't tell no man what he's worth. And when you listen to Greg's management team, they broke it down to the dollar. I mean, listen, I got to kick Bob Arum 25% off the break. So by the time I pay Bob Arum, then I got to pay the sanctioning fees to both sanctioning bodies. And that's win or lose. Win or lose, he got to pay this. He got to pay the sanctioning body, and that's both sanctioning bodies. They get paid from both sides, standing there with their hand out. You start off with 1.8. When you get your check, it's for 800,000. Something wrong with this picture. I paid out more money than I made, and that's before I pay my taxes. I'm gonna pay out more money than I made, before I pay my taxes. You know, I can understand where Brian Senior was coming from. I understand the management team's point of view, and I think Eddie screwed the pooch on this one. He screwed the pooch first by not getting the fight done, and I think that was a mistake on both sides um, of the ball. And I'm gonna start with Eddie because Eddie had the power to do it, and he was probably sending some underling to negotiate rather than doing it himself. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
That's the way I feel.
yeah. I mean, it looks like Eddie Hearn is being cheap. It looked like he's being cheap because you didn't want to give Brian Norman the 500,000 for the fight, and then you didn't bid the 500,000 to win the fight, to win the purse bid. You didn't bid the 500,000 to win the purse bid. So if you was going to offer, if you quote unquote was going to offer Brian Norman 1.7, why you didn't bid 1.7? You bid 1.5. You didn't even bid 1.7. You bid 1.5. You didn't bid 2 million. You didn't bid 3 million. And Eddie, I know what Eddie was trying to do because I think Boots have a deal where he gets somewhere around $3 million for the fight with Eddie. So
Mhm.
Eddie was trying to get it as cheap as he can, so he didn't have to give Boots that $3 million.
All that
He only
money.
had to give Boots what the fight was worth. So
Right.
you go on a
That's what the
purse
purse was
bid,
worth.
yeah, you go on a purse bid, you only get 65%. And if we do a voluntary, I gotta pay you what you signed to me for. You signed to me for 3 million, I gotta pay you the 3 million at a minimum. I gotta pay you 3 million. So he was trying to be cheap, and it looked like it backfired because now you lost to your fighter's competitor. The fighter that he's
Bad,
about to
man.
fight, his promoter won the fight. So now they're fighting over there in Germany. If Boots signed this deal, they're fighting in Germany. Now, like I said, Boots is still the A side, but only money wise, you're A side. You're going to Germany.
Well, so
You
it
got to
sounds
you
like he's the B minus side or the B plus side. It doesn't sound like he has control of much of anything because this other company has a control. So if they saying, man, if I'm Jerron Ennis, I am not finna go to no Germany and let them try to just if something happen. This too much weird stuff can happen. You're not from there. I mean, I don't know if he's
that's what
ever been
happened.
there. I don't know if Jerron's ever been there because he got some money. He might have traveled the world. I don't know, but I know he don't got no business defending his IBF belt over there when you're Jerron Boots Ennis from the United States. Man, please, man, you can have that IBF belt because that IBF belt is not bigger than Jerron Ennis. If you can't get no other big fight at welterweight, then move on to 54. He's big enough, so I feel okay with this. I ain't gonna go too crazy with
I
this
don't I
because
don't I don't feel okay with him going to 54 because
why not?
if Eddie if Eddie Hearn can't get him a deal at 47, what deal is he gonna get him at 54? Because
Well,
all those fighters that he won at 54, they deal with Al Heyman. They
okay,
deal
well,
with Al.
drop the belt, drop the IBF belt. Wait, somebody got hey Dre, mute your mic, bro. We can't have we can't have music playing because BVO gonna get pissed off. But what was I saying? He's not that IBF belt. Then drop it if you then reset button at welterweight. Then
No,
try to get in the mix with something else. Then I don't know what to tell Jerron at this point because he's
what
in a
you what
tough spot where they're trying to freeze him
what
out.
you tell what you
Everybody's
tell
scared to act
John?
like they get in the ring with him, and it's a problem. That's the problem. They're scared
No,
to get in
it's
the
not
ring
that.
with him.
It doesn't
Except
look
for
like that.
Karen,
It doesn't look like they're
Josh,
scared to get in the ring with him.
Josh,
It doesn't
Karen,
look
the
like
only nigga that want to rumble poops, Josh.
no, Raj, you're not looking at the bigger picture. It doesn't look like they're scared. At this point, it looks like Eddie Hearn is being cheap. He's not paying these fighters no money. It looked like
Yeah,
Eddie
it's
Hearn is being cheap.
Because
yeah.
nobody never heard of him. Free.
No,
No,
it's not that. I
heard
mean,
of who?
look at the Brian Norman. Look at the Brian Norman situation. You had a number. It was an attainable number. You were close enough to get it done. If he'd have said, okay, why don't we wipe out, you know, the the fee for Bob, so that you take home $1 million? Why don't we take care of Bob Arum? Why don't you take care of Bob Arum?
Hate these
And
promoters, man.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Dre. Keep
But
cooking.
The if Matchroom would take care of Bob Arum and um, get them out the way, so that you come home, so that you go home, or just figure it out so that okay, you want to check for $1 million when you finish. How about if I make it so that you get the check for $1 million, and we'll make up the necessary, the rest to make it necessary. I mean, if they'd have just sat down in a room together, if they'd have picked up the phone and talked to each other, rather than send an email, wait for a response. Oh, send an email, wait for a response. I think that was wrong.
no, I mean, it I
Hate
don't
these
know.
promoters,
I don't
man.
actually. They wasn't speaking with
I'm
Bozy.
cool with that, Shelton. You know
They
what? I'm
wasn't
all right
speaking
with
with
that.
Bozy and Boots.
That's what it's starting to look like.
They wasn't speaking with Bozy and Boots. They were speaking with Eddie Hearn, who does the deal. Eddie Hearn is just being cheap. Now we see, like I said, hindsight is 2020. We see now Eddie Hearn is being cheap, and like I said, he couldn't get him the fights with the other champions. He was lowballing the other champion, and Brian Norman Sr. said it. He was lowballing the other champion. That's why they didn't want to get in the ring with him, because he was lowballing them. And now we see that that is actually true. It's true now. He's lowballing these people, and Boots, the only thing that Boots can do at this point is, like I said, if he goes to 54, all those fights that he won are with the PBC. So if he goes to 54, or if he stays at 47, what he got to do, he got to go to Eddie Hearn and say, "Hey, I signed to you because you said you was going to give me these big fights. I need these big fights, or we gotta revoke this daggone contract. I need these big fights."
I don't know what Eddie's doing, man. Eddie is a very smart
What's going on,
businessman.
William?
I do know he's a very smart businessman. I do know that. But these plays he's doing right now doesn't back up what I just said, bro. It's goofy.
You're
Then people
absolutely
want to
right.
swing it. Then people want to swing it to Bob Arum and be like, well, Bob Arum need to do this and need to do that. Man, Bob Arum don't need to do nothing. You want to rent his fighter. So I would be like, Bob, y'all go ahead and put him up. I'll let him go. I'll let him go
Bob,
get that bag and get my little 600,000 or whatever Bobby getting. You know what I'm
Bob
saying?
get his
But
money
I don't know
from.
why Eddie didn't just boost him up a little. Man, if I was that guy, man, I'd have told that turkey man, look, let me get a little 500,000, man, for Jerron. And this fight can be good. Man, I would have went and talked to that man. They could have came up with. Man, this is just so. This is why I
If
don't
Listen,
know
that
if
was,
I can
promoters
continue to do this, man.
you got to
promoters
understand.
have been doing this for years, and
No,
yeah,
they
they've been
haven't.
doing
Yes,
this
Because
for
they have.
Don
years.
King would have had them two damn fighters in there
That's because
throwing
they was
down
under
three
Don. They
months
was
Wait
under
ago.
a
Don
minute.
King. They was
You
under
talking
Don
about
King.
Don? Everybody would have been under Don King.
They
Big
was under.
Don would have had them boys in the ring. If the people talking about it, Big Don had them in the ring. So
No,
Don
I come
Don
from
King
that. I
controlled
come from
80% of the
that.
boxers back in the day, so it wasn't a problem. There was the Don King promotions, and that was pretty much the umbrella that everybody was under.
Now
right.
Bob had a little thing going on too.
Yeah, but
No, but it was
but
with his fighters. These guys,
Yeah.
only one of these guys is his fighter.
Hey, listen,
Yes,
I'm with Big Don. I can't wait till BVO finish up his stuff with Big Don. Big Don don't get enough respect. Them boys, all these niggas would have been fought by now. They was with Big Don. So
listen,
that's
listen.
what I come from.
You
And
gotta understand this, Bob.
to hear D
Bob,
Free sit up here and tell me that a promoter couldn't make a fight happen because of I don't want to say a couple $100,000. What did you say? 500,000 free? 600,000? What did you say?
yeah,
it's
half a
five.
million dollars.
A half
It
a
was a
million
half a million
dollars.
dollars.
Nobody can come up with a half a million
So
dollars.
so
No,
And you put the
Prize,
fight in Philadelphia, and
you
Prize,
you
throw
Prize. You
yo,
gotta understand the fight. The promoter didn't want the fight. He didn't want it. If he wanted it, he would have. If he knew that they just did a fight at Philly, and the live gate did a little bit over $1 million at the live gate. Did a little over $1 million, and then they got the revenue from the views on the zone. If he knew that they was going to make money, you pay the extra 500,000 because you know it's going to make money. He didn't want the fight. It has nothing to do with
So what do
Jerron.
you mean, D Free? He didn't want to fight. He think he can't. He don't think
What I
Jerron can beat
mean,
him.
Prize. If you let me finish,
He
you
he
understand.
didn't know.
You
He
understand what I
didn't know
mean.
what how much money he was gonna make.
What I mean is
He had the blueprint from the last fight. Okay,
right.
so there's a clear blueprint with all the numbers. So that you can lay that down and say that is fact. I know I can do this. Now the question is, can I do this plus what I need to make this fight profitable for me? See, he wasn't worried. He ain't worried about nobody else. He worried about him. He will make
Yeah,
sure he get his cut. Cause see,
that's all
Who?
he worried about. He didn't want the fight.
Eddie,
He didn't want
Eddie,
it.
as the promoter,
Well, like I said, Eddie's he's
as the
pretty
promoter, he
smart. He's pretty clever with the numbers. So something Eddie, I guess, was not making dollar sense to him. But on the flip side, come on, bro. We talking about like I ain't even know that Free. Like 500,000. We talking about $500,000. Come on, man. So y'all big promoters, man. Come on, put this money up, man. And
No,
this is why
listen.
I
It's
don't know if
not.
I can
It's not.
continue to
It's
do
not up.
this.
It's
My
not
head is
up to
hurting.
Bob. It's
It
not up to
hurts.
Bob to put any money up.
I didn't say it was. I
No,
agree
listen
with
what
Big
I'm saying.
Bob. If I'm Brian Norman's promoter and they talking about this fight with my
Pride, pride. You
champion,
have
I'm like,
you have
no,
to listen. You have to listen to what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you.
Listen what I'm saying. They didn't want the fight because if they wanted to fight, like you said, he could have got Turkey. Turkey done business with Eddie before. What is it for Eddie to go to Turkey and say, hey, they want another extra 500,000. Can you give me 500,000 so I can get this fight done? He didn't want the fight. We could see it now.
Crazy,
He
man.
didn't want it. We
Why
can
is
see now.
Boots, man? Why is Boots doing this, man? Like Dron,
it's
man.
not Boots. It's not Boots. That's not Boots' fault. Boots is
It's
the
Eddie.
fighter. Boots has
I
been saying the
understand, but
same.
Boots went with Eddie though. This is why I didn't want
He
Dron
been
to do
saying
that.
this. He been saying the same thing
I
for
feel
the
you,
last
Dre.
six
I
months.
feel you, and I feel you too, Free. I
But
feel both of
you're not
y'all. I'm
letting me
with
finish.
y'all.
Boots has
But
been saying the
I
last
was when I
thing.
You
heard
gotta you
about the
gotta let him finish,
announcement.
Pride. You gotta let him finish.
Let me
Ooh,
finish, Prize. So Boots has been saying the exact same thing. The exact same thing for the last 6 months. I want to be under. As soon as he got that title, um, when Crawford dropped the title and they elevated Boots to being the full champion under the IBF rules, Boots said, "I want to be undisputed at 47." And he's been saying that all summer long. I want to be undisputed at 47. Okay, so you got the title. You make your first title defense at home in Philly. Ooh, yes, man. Let's take it to the bridge. Let's knock this bad boy. It didn't go the way he wanted it, but he won the fight. Okay, it's all well and good. Okay, next, let's get us a unification. Okay, well, the IBF said, hey, I need you to fight um, Karim Kugadaji. Wait a minute, I just beat Karim. Why do I need to fight him? Or he's the number one contender. He's the mandatory. Um, yeah, Eddie said, no, I don't want that fight. And when Eddie said, I don't want that fight as Boots promoter, IBF said, well, if you don't want the fight, I'm going to stick it out here for the purse bid. We're going to put a date on it for the purse bid. Once
Mm-hmm.
they started that process, once the purse bid process started, that kind of locked that in. So you got until this date. They kicked the can down the road twice on the purse bid while they were trying to get a fight together. Then they stalled and kicked around, and waited to the last minute. Okay, now we got to get a fight together. Brian Norman said, hey, I'm willing to do this. So for the last couple of weeks, it's been hustle, hustle, hustle. We got to beat the bid. Eddie didn't want to spend the money. He's proved it. He don't want to spend the money. Whether it's, I don't think he's going to get the return on investment, or he didn't want to go to Turkey, or he didn't, whatever the reason, take the L. Keep your fighter happy, because your fighter not going to be happy now, because he's either going to lose his leverage by dropping the belt and going up to 54. So he goes up to 54. He is not a champion, which means he won't have a belt at 54. He won't have a shot at a belt at 54, his first fight up. He's got to go through somebody,
Yeah, I'm
maybe
with
2,
Michael
3, 4
Gardner.
people before he get a shot.
Yeah.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we'll be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We're giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry, 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts? Gifts on top of gifts. Send that money, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1. Now, what you say is the other prizes now? We linked up with Kenichi Bear. Noise canceling headphones from the young brother straight from Baltimore, Maryland. So, if you want an addition to your $10, you get a secondary prize if you don't win the first prize. And then, don't forget, we got more. Don't win the first prize, don't win the second prize. Who don't need an air fryer? We're giving away a Ninja air fryer. Get your food right, eat healthy, get right. All on the JBT. $10 once again. I get you all of this. Your chance is golden. You got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, you don't get no prize. $10, JBT Network 1. Good luck. It's on you.
Take off White Wario! 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 Take off! Take off! Take off!
Now let me
I don't know what that was, but
let me comment on what Michael Gardner said. He said Bud got 2.5 his last fight. Now people think that somebody give a no name 2.2. Now what he don't realize is Bud was a mandatory. Bud was the B side to that fight, and that was a fight that Turkey put on. Turkey bought that card. Turkey also lost $10 million in that fight. He also lost $10 million. Now, when it comes to Brian Norman said he'll take the 1.5. If you offering 1.5, we'll take it. We just fight it in a neutral spot. We fight at a neutral spot. We're not fighting you in Philly for 1.5. We'll fight you in a neutral spot for 1.5. But Brian also said he didn't get an offer of 1.5. He got an offer of 8. He got an offer of 8, not 1.5. He's telling everybody that he gave an offer of 1.5, but Brian said he never got an offer of 1.5. He got an offer of 800,000. So, like I said,
yeah, mute your mic out, bro.
Eddie Hearn is not trying to make this fight. He's not trying to make the fight.
Man, like I say, Brian Norman could have made the most money if he would have took the money. Hold on, free, because I muted my mic and I was quiet. He could have made the most money of his whole career combined. He didn't. His people didn't take the fight. The money was on the table. Just like the homie said in the chat, Michael Gardner said, nobody knows who Josh Norman is but us. And I like Josh Norman. There's audio of us with a whole segment of us giving Josh Norman praise when he won that belt. I was like, man, I'm so happy for Josh Norman. He's young. He got the belt. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Boxing is what have you done for me lately? Now, lately, I hear all y'all what y'all saying. Eddie fumbled the bag. Eddie this, Eddie that, Eddie this, Eddie that. Eddie's trying to make money for Jerron. Everybody's trying to make money. Eddie's trying to make a little bit of money. It doesn't make sense to give him $2.2 million and nobody knows who he is. And then you say, oh well, we took the 1 point. What did you say? 1.7 free. He just not in Philly. You're gonna make more money with the gate in Philly. If Eddie just need to cut him in a little bit on the gate, and everything else in the parking and the concessions and the city gonna pull up for that.
Okay,
It's gonna be sold out. It's not gonna be no seats in Wells Fargo's, and I got season tickets to the Sixers, and I'll be in there all the time.
They could have did it in New
No
York.
seats in there, free.
They could have did it in New York.
All right, whatever. Nevertheless, this is the most money the man could have made. If somebody told me, yo, Prize, all I need you to do is take this crane and make 2 picks, and I'm gonna pay you all the money that you made in your whole 20 years in doing union construction in the city of Philadelphia. I'm gonna make the pick with the crane. And you can possibly win because Brian Norman can possibly win because I think he's that good. Where it's a good fight. I don't want to spit out no percentages right now, but I think it's a damn good fight. So I would just took the bag and ran with it. And then if you would have smoked them, you could have put your, like you said the other day, Free, in the rematch clause and all that. You could have dictated everything like Tony Harrison did. You know what I'm saying? So, shoot, man.
Listen to this. Listen to this. I hear everything you saying. The problem is, Brian Norman ain't losing no money.
Yeah,
he's making the same
high in New York.
He's not losing no money. That's what y'all fail to realize. Brian Norman didn't lose no money. The money that he's getting in this fight was the same money he got in his last fight. He ain't losing no money.
But damn.
Hold up. Listen, the person that's losing money is Boots. Boots is losing $2 million. He made 3.3 his last fight. He's getting 1.3 if he take this fight. If he keep his belt and take this fight, he's getting 1.3. He's losing $2 million. Brian ain't losing no money. That's what y'all not missing. Y'all missed that. Brian ain't losing nothing.
He's not losing, Free, but he's missing out because he go in there and get his ass smoked in the next fight. And then for his little 100,000 and whatever he's making on a Keyshawn undercard, he's gonna be looking crazy. Now I don't think he's gonna go out there and lose because I'm rooting for him and I'm betting my money on him.
It doesn't matter if he lose or win. It doesn't matter.
It does.
No, listen, it doesn't, because he's not losing any money. The reason why the fight didn't happen is because of the money. He's not losing no money. The only
missing out on a huge payday is losing money, dog. To me.
Bro, okay, if you say he's missing out, then Jerron is missing out on $2 million.
But Jerron don't got to take the fight, and Jerron can do something different.
Yeah, he don't have to take the fight, but what else do we got lined up?
Nothing. I agree with you on that.
Exactly.
But I'm not disagreeing with you with Boots. All right, forget Boots right now, because I agree with you with Boots. Yeah, this is a hell of a hit for Boots right now. A pocket
and
hit
Norman
for
has
Boots.
a fight. And remember, Norman has a fight lined up.
Yeah, and he does have a fight, but it's not for no $1.7 million. Are y'all crazy?
He wouldn't get 1.7.
We know that. We know that, Drizzy. We know that. We know that. We know he got to break bread with the gods. We know that.
Okay.
We get it. Okay. But break bread 100,000.
Let him finish.
The whole thing is, the man said, okay, I am a champion. As a champion, I'm bringing a belt to the table. Okay? My last fight was to get this belt. And now that I got this belt,
yeah, Willie,
my value has increased because you're not only paying for me, you're paying for my belt. Okay? So
what that mean?
I'm bringing the same thing to the table that you are. I'm coming to the table.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
You carry on.
As
Go off.
Champion. I am coming to the table as a champion. I have a belt. Your goal, your stated goal is I want to be undisputed at 47. Okay? Let's make it happen. Let's dance. You got to get at some point. Well, if you don't pay me, and you don't pay me now, you go take this bullshit fight. Now you got to make a fight with Stanionis. You think Stanionis gonna take less?
No, but that's a bigger fight, though.
Gonna take less?
That's a bigger fight. Those are bigger fights, Drizzy. Those are way bigger fights. Nobody don't know. Okay. Like GP said, nobody don't know who the hell Brian Norman is except for us.
That's not the point.
Yes, it is the point.
They know the IBF.
No, it's not.
They know the IBF.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay, this is okay. Eddie Hearn doesn't want these fights. This is like you have to say with Boots and with Shakur. These are the best challenges he has since AJ. He's not gonna let them fight so they can get off the card. He wants to expand them as much as he could. Like you have Boots. He's not gonna give him a good fight right away. He's gonna give him a scrub. He's not gonna give Shakur a good fight right away. He's gonna give him a scrub. And he's gonna try to build these good dudes all the way through. That's what he did with AJ. That's what he's gonna do with Boots. That's what he's gonna do with Shakur. They decided they had here's this big money. Take the $5 million, take the $7 million, Shakur and Boots, take this. And they're gonna be fighting scrubs until they have that big fight. That's what he wants to do. He's not gonna put them into nobody that's gonna threaten them at all.
But like I hear you and all that, but
if you're not gonna put him in
fight,
with
Eddie Hearn like
why bother to send the offer?
Eddie like big fights. Okay,
it's not a true offer though.
Okay,
it's not a true offer though.
Off and say that he fumbled the bag. I ain't even gonna argue with y'all with that because we talking about $500,000. So I'm not arguing about that. I'm arguing about the other
money
stuff.
I made in my lifetime.
Like Brian Norman is going a little crazy, and only people that know you, my boy, is us, and I support you and follow you. If I'm going to watch your fight on Keyshawn's undercard, I'm going to watch all of that stuff.
What the fuck you say?
Like the time is now. Like you, what, 24? How did he? 23, 24, whatever. Like the time is now, dog. Because like you
it's not for Eddie Hearn. It's not now.
I hear you, but I'm talking about the fighter. Like you could have took that
shit about boxing.
Man, come on with that nut ass. Come on, like, yo, you could have took that offer and we could have had a fight, dog. That's some big money. You'd have made you'd have quadrupled the most you ever made, and you got a chance of winning because you a dog. Brian Norman Jr. is a dog. He gonna come to Jerron. This is what Jerron needs. The guy's gonna fight him. Brian Norman's gonna fight him and possibly beat him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's gonna win that fight. That's a good ass fight. Let's see it.
Fuck Fred, fuck Howard, and fuck all of them.
Come on with this goofy ass.
What about Robin?
Goofy ass.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't?
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to send that to the damn ambulance.
Thank you, of course, when you're here. Everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey now, Howard. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna prove that beat is black. He keeps saying he's Puerto Rican.
I know Puerto Rican, you little piece
if you're
of shit.
Puerto Rican beat, let me hear you talk Spanish.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish, you little fucking little cocksucker.
Fuck you, man.
What do you got, you little fucking little cocksucker?
I'm right here in Brooklyn.
Fuck you, you little piece of shit.
You ain't Spanish, man.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish.
Hey, Pete, you don't...
you fucking cocksucker. Yeah. Fuck you piece of shit.
Hey, Pete, yell at him in Spanish. Yell at him.
Yeah, you motherfucker, motherfucker. You piece of garbage.
Beetle knows a lot of languages. Beat, yell at him in Chinese.
You motherfucker, you piece of...
And shout out Beetlejuice because that shit funny. Shout out BVO for that goofy ass drop. But no, I don't care what nobody's saying. I would have took that bread and rumbled the ball.
Stop, y'all. Keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
I know y'all seen that show.
And don't talk to me about no cussing no more. I'm cussing from now on. You know, bringing up Marky Dan.
At this point, Boots is the biggest loser right now. At this point, he's the biggest loser because Brian Norman is going on like business as usual. He got a fight, and he already had a fight. They was trying to make this unification. It didn't work out, so he went back to the fight that he had already lined up, and he's making his money that he was going to make already. So this was just a fight that they was trying to unify. So he's making his money. Boots is the biggest loser. He's losing out on $2 million. He's losing out on $2 million and another shot at what he wanted to do. He wanted to become undisputed. So now you're not getting a unification fight. You got to take $2 million left.
Quick, free.
Be free. Do you really think he's gonna take?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoever got the GTA background, please, bro, because you're killing the content right now. Somebody's like GTA. So that's a GTA server that was going on.
He not getting the fight that he wants. I mean, he's not getting the unification. He's losing out on $2 million. And if Boost drop that belt, you got to go back to the table with PBC, because that's only people that's at 54 is PBC fighters outside of Bud Crawford. So
Be free. You think he's gonna get overpaid and get a bum? He's gonna get over. I think that Boots is gonna get overpaid and get a bum that's gonna fight for like $500,000. That's what's gonna end up happening.
What fight? What fight?
They can fight anybody,
Eddie
just like they fight anybody for
somebody
Shakur.
like.
What I'm saying is, if he doesn't take this this fight with Karen, he gets removed from the rankings for 6 months.
Well, Karen, how much you gonna get with Karen?
He's getting 1.3. They already won the first bid.
Who won the first bid?
Karen promoter won the first bid for $2 million. Eddie Hearn bid 1.5. And Karen promoter bid at $2 million. They won the first bid.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't. Okay, now I go back on what I said. Man, what's wrong with Eddie Hearn?
No, it went down today. They won the first bid for $2 million. And not only do he lose $2 million. Not only do he lose $2 million. Now you're not even fighting at home. You got to go to Germany and fight.
That's crazy. That's
so,
crazy.
Like I said, Boots is the biggest loser right now.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with none of that.
Okay,
I never disagreed with none of that stuff you said. Like that was good cook right there.
I didn't know that he lost on the. What the fuck Eddie Hearn doing? What Eddie Hearn doing?
I don't know, bro. He's just crashing out right now. At this point, right now,
being cheap.
It's not looking good right now. It looks like they're trying to just. I don't know what's going on with Jerron in this right now, man.
Well, I mean, I don't understand what's going on with Eddie Hearn. This is the most talented fighter he has in his stable by far. Yeah. So I don't understand what he's doing.
Eddie's cooked out here, man. He's doing that dumb shit again, and basically right now it's got Jerron kind of like caught in the blender because it's like, what does he do? Does he go to Germany and take the 1 point? What is it? Free said 3, and then he go to Germany and do that again? Why? Like he not gonna be motivated to do that? That's how shit happened. So like. If I met him, I'm dropping the belt. I'm not fighting no nigga named Karen again after I cooked him for 12 rounds already. So what? I got punched a couple times. Y'all niggas act like I got beat. Now, I smoked this guy already. There's nothing to see here. And here, you take your belt, free. You want your little 6 months, go ahead. Keep the shit for 6 months. I'm bigger than the IBF because my name is Jerron Boots in this.
This nigga Boots is about to look like this.
That's cold, Free. That's cold. That is really cold, Free. That shit fucked up, man.
That nigga Boots in
no, he not
in the closet somewhere. Like, man, what the heck did he just do? No. I went from having a unification fight.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Josh. He in the blender, dog.
I went from having a unification fight signed up or close to having it to fighting in Germany for 1.1, 1.3.
Boost done jumped in his truck and then went out somewhere out, in the outskirts of Philly, out there in them cornfields.
Ain't no cornfields in Philadelphia.
And Pittsburgh. Oh, it's cornfields in Philadelphia. It's not
where?
in Philadelphia. But
where? Name a block of cornfield on.
Go between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Philadelphia is a city. I'm not talking about when you get outside the city. Ain't no cornfields in Philadelphia.
Why do you think I said he jumped in his truck and
he drove to Pittsburgh? He drove to Pittsburgh and hit some cornfields.
Outside the city of Philadelphia, sitting in one of them cornfields, cussing Eddie for all he's worth.
And let me say this. Let me say this real quick. I was on the side of Eddie Hearn and Boots prior to what I heard today. I was like, man, Brian should have just took the deal. Now that I see all of the stuff unfolded, I'm like,
what do you see unfolding?
Eddie losing the purse bid.
Eddie being cheap.
Get the purse bid. I'm talking about him and Brian Norman.
No, you saying forget the purse bid. The purse bid is the problem because the purse bid tells the whole story. The man was too cheap to bid on the purse bid properly for his fighter who is the champion. This is the marquee fighter that you brought over. That was the big signing.
But I would have got the unification done. I wouldn't have been worrying about no mandatory.
No, but what I'm saying is this is the big signing that you got during the summer. He signed Boots. Remember that they was making headline. Oh, we about to get Boots all these big fights. We gonna try to get a deal with Bud and all that. Boots is supposed to have been his fighter that he was so hyped about. Now you lose the purse bid. You didn't get the unification because you was being cheap on the unification.
How was he being cheap? When he offered him the most money of his career combined.
It's not about the most money of his career.
No,
okay.
It's
about making the fight for Boots.
It's about your fighter. If your fighter wants to be undisputed, and y'all literally 500,000 away from becoming undisputed.
Yeah.
I mean 500,000.
That's where I lose it at, Free.
When y'all 500,000 away, y'all 500,000 away from him achieving one piece of his goal of getting a unification fight and getting another title, and you turn around and you have a purse bid and you lose the purse bid. Now your fighter got to get 1.3 when he just made $3 million in his last fight.
Yeah,
he just made 3.3 in his last fight.
Well, I hate Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie, man, you know what? Why did you go over there bothering that guy from the city, man? You came over here convincing Jerron, and like I know Eddie can talk real slick because he talks like, we get you a fight, we'll put you in there with a Ted Cheeseman or one of them damn what they call them, Liams, or one of them, them damn UK names. They'll find one of them niggas for him. It's just driving me crazy, man.
He said, I don't think Boots got $3 million. Boots got 3.316 for his last fight. He got and Avanesian, I think Avanesian got a little more than a little more than 500,000.
It was a little over 575. It was almost 600.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boots made bank in his last fight.
He got 3.3 his last fight. So said
I think D Free's pretty accurate with these numbers. He's he's in the high 90 percentiles with these numbers. So I don't gotta go double check that. But he definitely made bank in his last fight. But this right here, Eddie Hearn, you really got him really, really, really in the bad space, bro. Like I don't know why. Like I know Bozy and them, they gonna figure out something because they real smart brothers, and they will figure a way out of this. Because they're not going to Germany to fight no nigga named Karen. They just smoked already. They smoked the Karen pack months ago. So they're not doing it.
Then let
them have their little belt then. Like I'm going to continue to say it. That belt is not bigger than Jerron. I know what he said. Boxers always say a lot of different things. They always do. They say one thing and do another. All of them always have for the beginning of the time. So we're not going to just single out Jerron in this. So what? He said he wanted to be undisputed, but I'm not going to be doing. I ain't say I was going to do all that dumb shit to be undisputed, and y'all know it, and I know it. So let them have their belt, and then
it's his promoter's fault, though.
You said the belt is not bigger. You said the belt is not bigger than Jerron Ennis. That's
no.
What you said. Okay.
A belt is for little niggas like Kremel and Abdullah.
Listen. You said the belt is not bigger than Jerron Ennis. Name a big fight that Jerron Ennis got without that belt.
What big fight does he have with it?
It's a possibility he could have had a big fight.
There is no possibility. Brian Norman's fighting on the undercard on Keyshawn Davis, so that's scrapped. So next,
okay.
So what's the point of having a sanction, and what's the point in paying the fees and all of that?
So hold on. So you tell me which fight is bigger, Brian Norman for unification or Kern?
Brian Brian Norman. That fight is scrapped. So Brian Norman has a fight. So now we're moving on. So what does it do him any justice since to have that IBF title if nothing's happening from it?
Brian Norman.
Okay, so he goes up to 54.
Listen, Prize, but you have to listen.
Hey, you got to do something, brother.
Prize,
you got to do something.
Prize, you have to listen. Brian Norman already had that fight.
Okay.
They was willing to take the boots in his fight. Okay. They are still willing to take the boots in his fight. They still willing to take it now. The fight is not done. They not in the ring. They still willing to take that fight. They got 2 months before that fight happened. So if they get a better deal with Boots, they can scrap that fight and go fight Boots.
Well, they can't do
right, and I agree with all of that, D3.
The purse bid has already been locked in. So
Okay,
whatever
and I
fight it
agree
is
with all
already
of that.
been
I'm
locked
not
in.
see that's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with y'all brothers. All I'm saying is that IBF title means nothing to Jerron Ennis at this point because it's not bringing him any good, and it's bringing him more bad. Because right now he's locked in a what?
He's locked into a
Mandatory, like the
mandatory.
brother just said, against a guy named Karen in Germany that he smoked already.
What are you
So,
talking? But
man,
I
listen,
want
man,
to
here
say,
he come.
shout out to my man to my man
Who's
D
that?
Free Puerto Rican. Shout out to my man Prize. I'm about to call Prize, man, Jim Carrey from the Mask, man. He getting on here out. And shout out to my man Big J, man.
Shut up.
JBT. You know what? We got some good things going on at BVO Boxing. Next week, we got Stitch Duran. Yes, Stitch Duran, the world's famous Stitch Duran. Next Wednesday, we got my man Brian Norman Sr. coming to the show. Tomorrow, we got a special guest, and we got my man, brother brother Bernard Hackett again tomorrow. So, hey, we got some big guests coming, man. Check us out, man. We one of the only black YouTube shows there is. Come support us, man. And I got a Puerto Rican up here. So y'all see I'm diverse, man. And we got the craziest dude in the world in the morning, my man Crush. Y'all hear Prize get up here, he get on here and lie to y'all. He like a black Eddie Hearn. So
Whatever.
salute to my man Prize, man. He really get up here and just lie to y'all. So
Yeah.
salute to him,
We ain't
man.
we ain't let them lie too much.
Ain't no lying going on up here. You know, to
But you said
Bernardo,
the
ain't
belt
no
don't mean
lying
anything
going
to
on.
Jerron. If
It
if if
doesn't.
if if your goal, if your immediate goal is to be undisputed at 47,
I hear
that
you.
means wait a minute, let me finish. If your goal is to be undisputed at 47, you need that IBF belt to do that. You need the WBO, the WBA, and the WBCA belts to do it also. So you were one step, one step closer to making that dream happen, to attaining that goal, to fight Brian Norman and beat him. The fact that Brian Norman is not a big name doesn't mean anything. He got a belt. The belt's what he wanted. That's what Jerron wanted. That was Jerron's goal. That wasn't Eddie Hearn's goal. That's Jerron's goal. And Jerron is the fighter. Jerron is the one getting in the ring, taking all the damn risks. All Eddie doing is putting up the money and talking shit on the damn every time somebody stick a mic in his face. Okay? His goal
Nevertheless,
was to be undisputed.
I hear you.
That
But
belt was one more step into to attaining that
yeah,
goal.
and I agree. That's why I said I didn't
And
disagree with none of y'all brothers. I didn't
and
disagree with none of y'all when it came to that. But I'm just saying this:
but you just
that
said the
belt is
belt
not
don't mean
bringing him in.
anything
I
to
hear
him.
you, but why put yourself through something like that? Go all the way to Germany. Make this make sense. I'm gonna go all the way to Germany to whoop on a guy that I already whooped on. I'm not doing that. I am Jerron Boost Ennis.
Well, you doing that because your promoter fucked up. So you got a choice. You either do that or you go fight a bum at 54. Because they're not gonna give you any of the big fights. And the bums might run from you. Okay? At 54, the bums might run from you. You gotta get a fight. He had a fight in hand. Yes, it was more money than Brian Norman has seen in his lifetime. Combined. Got no problem with that. Okay? But you only worth what somebody's willing to pay you. Okay? Now, if you say your worth is $2.2 million and you're going to stand on that square for $2.2 million, that is my value, and I'm not budging off of it, it's either take it or leave it. They originally started at 2.8. If you ask Brian Sr., they originally started at 2.8. They came down to 2.2. They wanted to go home with a check for $1 million.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to go home with a check for $1 million. Can we make this happen? What is it going to take to make this happen? And Eddie could have made that happen. Eddie could have made it happen. See, because if he just moved the numbers around, so instead of going home with a check for $810,000, he go home with a check for $1 million. The man would have been happy. Now they say it was $500,000, but it looked like about $220,000. Once you get the fees all roll around in there, $250,000. You'd have been right.
Yeah.
He'd have went home with a check for $1 million. That's where I think Eddie screwed up.
Yeah, because Eddie would have got and see, that's what I think a lot of people they like. Well, Brian Norman doesn't deserve to get a $2 million check or whatever. But not only is Jerron Boots is losing, but Eddie Hearn is losing as well, because the more money Jerron make, the bigger percentage that Eddie Hearn gets. His percentage is set, but that chunk is bigger the more money you make. So if he only getting $1 million, he's getting what, 40% off that $1 million.
If he's 20% off of that $1 million, so
or 20%, whatever his percentage is,
or 25%. I know. Bob gets 25%. So.
Yeah, whatever the percentage is, you get your money is bigger the more money your fighter makes. So if your fighter would have made $3 million, your percentage would have been bigger. Now your money would have been bigger. But now your money is lower because your fighter's getting paid less. So not only is Jerron a loser, but Eddie is a loser as well, because they all getting less money. Brian is getting the same money he was going to get before they even started talking about Boots. Before that fight was even talked about, they was already going to have this fight set up. He already knew what he was going to make for this fight.
Right. He already had he got this fight. What's that? November the 8th in Norfolk.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes and that fight was already set. The contracts were done, and hell, but if I got a chance to fight Boots, I will drop this fight in a heartbeat.
And that's why, and like I said, now that I heard Brian Norman Sr. talk, and I see the bigger picture now, I understand what he's talking about. Why he said, "I'm not worried about the fight because we already had a fight lined up. This was going to be a bonus. So we was already set up the fight because they didn't think that we was going to win that fight. We won it, so this fight was already lined up for them. Now he's fighting that fight as a champion, so he was already set to get a certain amount of money because he was going to fight that fight anyway.
Right.
But he ended up winning and he became the champion, so he's still getting the same amount of money because that's what it was already set up for. So the fight with Boots was a bonus. He like, okay, if we get it, we get it. We don't, we're gonna get the same amount of money we were gonna get anyway. We're not losing out on anything. Boots is the one that's losing. He's the only one that's losing.
Sorry about that, D3, man. My daughter called, man, and I gotta pick up the phone. That's my daughter, but I apologize.
No problem, man. No problem.
My apologies.
But if he had a fight lined up, the contracts were signed, and it was signed win, lose, or draw before his last fight. So irregardless of the outcome, they figured they weren't supposed to win that last fight. He went in, he won the fight, he got a belt. Now he just going to the next fight as a champion. And and yeah, it's on the undercard. Okay, it's on the undercard, but I knew I was gonna make this amount of money. I knew I'm gonna fight this person on this day. That's already set. That plate is in the oven.
Because according to Brian Sr., they were supposed to fight 3 more times this year. But now that he's a champion, he said it doesn't work that way for the champions. And that's what I was telling a lot of people that. Because everybody was like, why these guys not fighting 4 or 5 times a year? Well, when you become a champion, the schedule becomes smaller. You don't have the schedule you had as a contender trying to get to that spot. Your schedule gets smaller because now you have mandatories and you have you have unification that you're trying to get. You got the mandatories that you got to fill, and you got unification that you're trying to get because you got a championship. Now your next goal is to be a unified champion. The goal after that is to be undisputed. So in between of you getting your unification, you got to fight the mandatory. So you don't have that opportunity to fight 4 or 5 times a year as a champion like these guys who don't have belts. Now, if you somebody like a Canelo who can make all his fights, yeah, you can fight 4 times in a calendar year. You can fight 4 times. But
yeah,
most champions don't.
Canelo makes so much money. He don't have to. He fights twice a year.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, I know that, but Jerron Ennis can fight 4 times a year and defend the belt against a bunch of mandatories if he wanted. People to show.
No, he can't.
No, because people don't want to get in the ring with Jerron.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
That's his problem.
And that's
people don't
part
want
of
to get
the
in the ring
problem.
with Jerron.
That's the real problem.
But
I hear D Free. I'm not disagreeing with my brother D Free. I'm not. When you said Eddie fumbled, y'all want to say that? That's cool. I'm not even going to because I got to see. I need more information. More information to come out. So I need more. But right now it's looking bad for Eddie Hearn and Jerron Booth. Somebody mute they mic. It's looking bad for not bad, but it's looking like goofy. It's like nutty. I know what Jerron thinking, man. This shit nutty. This is nutty right now. So he's not going to Germany.
The Rise podcast.
Yeah, go ahead. The Rise is coming up, but Jerron ain't going to no Germany. But go ahead, Free.
Yeah, so we got to get ready for the Rise podcast. I appreciate everybody coming through. We didn't even get to the main topic because this ended up taking over the whole show.
Listen, Eddie fumbled the bag, man. That's worth talking about.
Right.
I appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all share this video and let everybody know that over here on BVO, we doing big things. We got special guests coming in every single week. Let them know this is the show y'all want to watch.
Shout out to the JBT, man. Y'all go hit that Cash App so y'all can win them prizes too. That air fryer and them headphones is fire.
Yeah, I'm about to drop that right
and
now.
That iPad, you know that y'all know y'all need one, so y'all might as well go ahead and cop up real quick, easy peasy.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we'll be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We're giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry. 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts? Gifts on top of gifts. Send that money, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1. Now, what you say is the other prizes now? We linked up with Kenichi Bear. Noise canceling headphones from the young brother straight from Baltimore, Maryland. So, if you want an addition to your $10, you get a secondary prize if you don't win the first prize. And then, don't forget, we got more. Don't win the first prize, don't win the second prize. Who don't need an air fryer? We're giving away a Ninja air fryer. Get your food right, eat healthy, get right. All on the JBT. $10 once again. I'll get you all of this. Your chance is golden. You got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, you don't get no prize. $10, JBT Network 1. Good luck. It's on you.
I appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to my co-host Prize. Shout out to Big Ray for being up here with us. Shout out to Big Dog for joining in. Shout out to y'all the most important people that's a part of this podcast. I appreciate y'all for coming through, and we out.
We really boxing. Who wanted the battles? Let's see. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a